back to the channel. My name is Sherelle, and in this video we are spending 4 days 3 nights in Chicago. We had a long weekend. It was actually Labor Day weekend, so we decided to spend the time in Chicago just to take a quick trip from Philadelphia. It's about an hour and a half or an hour and some change. So the first thing we did do was go to the American Express Lounge. I do have detailed videos of the lounge, so I'll link that below. I do like getting to the airport early because I do like going to the lounges in the Philadelphia International Airport, and they do have new displays every time I go. So I do like to go and see what they have displayed at this time. I love passing this wall. It's all the movies that were either fully filmed or partially filmed in Philadelphia, so you'll be able to check that out when you're in the airport. But this is when we did realize that our flight was actually delayed. Our flight was supposed to leave at 10:10 a.m., but it was actually delayed 2 hours, so we end up just walking around the airport a little bit just to stretch our legs. I do like to walk around to keep myself moving so that I'm not sitting for too long. Since the delay was due to a mechanical issue, they did have to fix that, of course, before we could take off. So that was a 2-hour delay, but we were able to board finally, and we did have good seats. We actually were sitting towards the middle of the plane, which is where I like to sit, and I decided to start this word find. I find that when I keep my mind a little busy, it kind of takes my anxiety off of the flight, but we had a nice, smooth flight to Chicago. We made it safely to Chicago. We did decide to take a rideshare to the city where our hotel was. I would recommend taking the public transportation, the Blue Line train, because it would be a lot cheaper. We stayed at the Hyatt Centric, the Loop in Chicago, or downtown Chicago. I have a full review of this hotel. It was a beautiful hotel and a beautiful location, and we were actually upgraded to this corner room, which had 5 windows, so it brought in a lot of natural sunlight. I would definitely recommend this room if you can get it, so keep an eye out for that video. Now, the first day we didn't really do much. We decided to relax in the hotel and around the area because we were with our mom, and she wanted to get some rest because having the delay did throw off our schedule a little bit. So this day we are going to spend the day being tourists in Chicago. The first thing I had to do was go see the Bean, or the Cloud Gate, in Millennium Park. Now, this area is very touristy, but my mom has never been to Chicago, so we did want to take her there. And you get beautiful sceneries of downtown Chicago, and she really loved it. If you want to take pictures with nobody in there, I would recommend going to the Cloud Gate during the weekday. Last time I went to Chicago, I went during the week and on a Monday, and there was no one here. So that's a pro tip if you want to get some great pictures with no one in the background. If you do have time, I would recommend going to the Nutella Cafe. You can get a customized Nutella jar with your name on it. Unfortunately, this day they did have a long line, so we were unable to go, but I do love their crepes here, so I do plan on going back next time. While we were down in this area, my mom decided she wanted lunch, so we stopped at Nando's. I'm glad we decided to go to lunch here because we actually got really great seats by the window, so you can see the Miracle Mile area as we were eating. This design of this restaurant was very open space. They had different displays all throughout the restaurant, so I would definitely go back here again. My mom really liked it too, so I definitely feel like she'll be wanting to come here the next time we go to Chicago. Because this was me and my mom's first time going here, we decided to get the same thing as my sister, which is the pulled chicken sandwich with coleslaw or fries, and I just got the sandwich itself, and me and my sister shared our fries. I will say there is a lot to do and see in downtown Chicago. That's why I like staying in this area. I love walking the streets and just see what new areas I can find, as well as new restaurants I can find to eat at. There were a lot of new things we tried on this trip, so I wanted to go to the Starbucks Roastery as this was my first time going here. From Nando's to Starbucks, so it was about a 15-minute walk depending on how fast you walk. And if you stopped like we did, there was a line at the Starbucks, but the line does move fast. We were only in line, I'd say, about 3 to 5 minutes, and you can easily get inside. It was crowded outside and inside, so do keep that in mind. I would recommend going during a weekday if you could, because we actually went on a Saturday this day. After leaving the Starbucks Roastery, we decided to do some shopping. We decided to walk back down towards our hotel, where we did find one of my favorite stores. We found Zara, and I decided to peek in and do a little browsing and to get some air conditioning as we were walking all day. The hotel offers complimentary beverages, coffee, tea, and cappuccino. So we decided to have that with our croissants that we got the day before. And we started off our day a little bit later because we wanted to get some rest. We end up walking around the waterfront as well as going to the Hamburger University for McDonald's. This was one on my bucket list. I didn't get to go here last time, so this was a fun thing to do for all three of us this trip. From our hotel, this walk was about 30 minutes, which actually was not bad. We actually stopped a couple of times to go into different coffee areas, cafes, and we made it down here just because I wanted to try the international menu that the McDonald's offers. They do change it for season, so I'll show you that in a little bit, but we did order some things as we decided we wanted to have lunch here. Now, if you're looking for a specific international item, I do recommend checking in advance because the international menu is very selective, and I was hoping to get a shrimp burger that I got in Korea, but they didn't offer it this season. So you can go online and check that information before making the trip here. Me and my sister did get a few things off the menu to try. We got the Philly cheesesteak from the UK, the McFlurry from Belgium, as well as the McPops from Switzerland. So they were actually pretty good. I will say that this is a great activity to do if you're looking to go to Hamburger University. The staff were super friendly, and it wasn't crowded at first, but when we left, it was getting a little crowded because it was getting towards lunchtime. So I would recommend going a little bit on the earlier side if you want to try all the items. If you have time, I would recommend going to Hamburger University as it is a nice activity to sit and get some air. And we had great weather this time, so we decided to walk everywhere. We end up walking back towards the Miracle Mine area and going to the Chicago Cultural Center because it is a free thing to do here in the city. The Chicago Cultural Center is a great way to experience the city and the many different artists that are hosted in the city. The exhibit is free. I do say be mindful that it is an art exhibit, so it was quiet here. And I do like that it was a great way to get out of the heat while here in the city. After leaving the Chicago Cultural Center, we decided to go across the street to Stan's Donuts, and they actually didn't have a line here, so that was great. We decided to get some donuts to take back to our hotel to eat before dinner, as well as get off our feet and rest our feet for a little bit as we had been walking all day. Before heading out to dinner, I wanted to check out the hotel's rooftop bar. It actually was very nice. It's only open certain times, so I'll have that listed on the description box below. But you can come up here and get great views of the city and have drinks and light bites. And because it was such nice weather, I would highly recommend doing this because it has great views of downtown Chicago. The rooftop bar actually has great lighting and great views, so I wanted to take some pictures for my socials while I was up here and some video, but I ended up recording it in slow motion, so I had to speed it up a little bit. But I wanted to show my outfit as well, so hopefully you like it. On our last day, we did have an early morning flight back home to Philadelphia, so we did have to leave for the airport extremely early. Our flight, I believe, left around 8 a.m. So we wanted to get to the airport early just in case there was a line, but there wasn't, and we found a good place to sit and eat breakfast in the airport. Certain gates at the airport were a little bit crowded, but as I walked down some and walked to different gates, it was less and less crowded as this was an early morning flight. And I actually do enjoy walking the airport. I like seeing the different restaurants that are there so that I know when I come back where I can eat at, what places I can go to, and I find it relaxing before boarding my flight. I hope you enjoyed our 4-day trip to Chicago. If you enjoy travel content like this, please consider subscribing to our channel. It helps us grow here on YouTube. Like and share this video with a friend who wants to go to Chicago or enjoys travel in general. And we hope to see you in our next video as we have more travel content coming your way. Look forward to seeing you soon.